Alright, we have just utterly annihilated the enemy with the power of magic. The war might not be over, though. We don't know what else lies in store for us. To that end, let's go back to Faith. I mean, we did attend service there. It's not something which we immediately have a bonus, but I think military's good. And weapons? Nah. I'm a fucking wizard! Lumen, excuse me. Let's use the source material here. I'm a Lumen. Yep, Lumen. Let's meditate on how awesome we are as a Lumen, and then divine the future. Meditation, Maeve, divine. Who knows what other enemies? We shall master prescience. But we won't fall into the trap that Muad'Dib did. Yes. Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib. Let's go. You learn about signs which sometimes appear in grounds or leaves at the bottom of a cup. You study the interpretation of dreams with warnings that dreams are easily forgotten, misremembered, or warped by thoughts and desires rather than true vision. You close your eyes and visualize a crystal ball floating through the air, moving past your eyes and into your mind, filling you with light. You learn to visualize the space around you so that you can see the whole room with your eyes closed.
The magical storms you summon created giant waves which swept inland as well as out. Damage has been reported along the shoreline from Mazomba down to Northern Marie. My voice has changed yet again. Damage... Oh, god damn it, Grimmeth. The beaches... The beaches are covered with wrack and the bodies of animals, and many fishes and cocklers are missing.
Are you blaming me?
Of course not. Many more lives...
Oh god, I can't do his voice properly right now.
Yes, of course not. Of course not. Many more lives have been lost as the fleet had landed. What worries me is that these reports are increasing even long after the events of the battle. More than that, an observatory in Caloris has seen strange shapes in the sea to the west. Something worse than a simple storm may have been unleashed.
Does that mean a sea monster?
Sea monster?
Sea monster? Help? There's something I don't understand. What is it? Magical powers are connected to lumen crystals, right? That is correct. But I can make myself glow by concentrating the right way. It doesn't feel like it uses the crystal at all. Let me see. You concentrate and your skin begins to glimmer. You're right, it's not proper magic, it's something else. Is that bad? She holds her hands above your shoulders, moving slowly down along your arms. I sense no danger. Ignore it, it's a distraction. That's not good enough this time. There are a million magical secrets I don't know, but I'm trying to learn. This one affects me personally. I need to know what's causing it. Very well, if I had to guess, I suspect it has something to do with your mother's powers. She was already a lumen when she bore you. Some small trickle of that energy may have passed into you. So the daughter of an active lumen might have strange powers. That is hardly a power, it's a quirk. It's not worth wasting time on. She's willful now. Intrigue, military, and lumen. Welp.
I'll play your game, you rogue, with your intrigue. Let's do internal affairs and foreign intelligence. As you so wish. Because lumen's taken care of, military's pretty good. I didn't get any option about the fucking sea monster. So, intrigue it is. Tell me more. Intrigue, internal affairs.
We gotta learn how people are reacting now after I told them all to get wrecked. And they did. Your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess Nyx, claims kinship to the old Merva line and originally asked your mother for title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother, Duke of Herva. The last Duke of Mead was the older half-brother of the current Duchess. His reign was brief and highly scandalous. He defied tradition to pledge himself as the life mate of the old Duke of Ursul. Then broke that off only a year later. He returned in the TLDR version. That probably is the TLDR version. The domain of Shanjia across the sea to the west has been steadily increasing in size and now controls a wide range of coastline, as well as most of the navigable rivers. The political disruption in Tombula in recent years has caused a disruption in their chocolate production, which is to the benefit of Nova, particularly the Duchy of Kigal. Alright, that's cool. In the Grand Hall, your father is waiting for you.
Our fears have been realized. A kraken has risen.
A kraken?
An enormous tentacled sea monster which can dive and surface at will. It is vast, voracious, and apparently unkillable. Any ship that ventures into its range is at risk. This could destroy Nova shipping.
Week 36, right? Well, glad you got to hear that, everyone. Failed trade check. I'll leave it in the recording, whatever. I don't know, what can we do? Do we just wait and hope it goes away? Oh, yeah. Right, I've never seen you until now. But you've been helping me learn faith. So that's good. No, I failed a trade check, though. Quite unexpectedly, the priestess strides into the room.
What are you doing here?
I came to bring the records of the circle so that you would know what you face. Left alone, the beast will feed until the seas run red, and only then will it sleep. Selene, priestess of the second circle. It would cost hundreds of thousands of lives. There are only two ways to end its threat. Lumen spell weaving can freeze a kraken in its tracks, holding it motionless, but only for a short time. The spell is renewed every moon, giving the beast no time between castings to move freely. It should eventually sleep. How long would that take? Approximately 7 years. Years? But if at any point the spell cast is too weak, or is not renewed in time, it would break loose.
And the treasury would be drained keeping up such a routine. What is the other way?
It is well known that eldritch beasts can be driven out by sacrifice. The life force of a lumen or potential lumen on the cusp of adulthood would be the ideal choice.
No, you will not take my daughter. You see, Elodie, this is why I told you to reject them. They are all witches.
Even without her mother's crystal, she would still have been a potential lumen. Keeping her ignorant would not have kept her safe. A potential lumen because I'm my mother's daughter, which means Charlotte too. But I could never hurt my favorite cousin.
I will not allow this.
The choice belongs to the queen. Me.
The fuck I'm trying to... Fuck, I'm gonna sacrifice myself?
We'll have to do our best to seal the kraken away, no matter how long it takes. After all, isn't that what our magic is for? To defend the world from darkness? I will teach you the necessary spells. You must arrange the transportation.
Very well.
Oh, you are so willful.
So willful. So willful. So badass.
We'll keep it going. You deserve to be willful. Let's count your shekels. Yep, count them shekels. Alright, we definitely have less money. Okay. Week 37. As if I'm sacrificing myself. What the fuck? Didn't come this far into the game to die? Let's keep going. Internal... No. If I get ciphering up one, then I can see the outfit for it. Yeah! Outfit! And then... I can shoot myself. Let's keep an eye out on internal affairs, though. Ciphering, internal affairs. Let's be nosy and learn what this... You know... it's gonna be a pain in the ass to increase. like the idea of increasing presents, though. Let's do it. An aura of confidence and command. I think that certainly qualifies, folks, with how my character's attitude is currently. Even with the penalty. You practice shifting substitution ciphers, where each letter is replaced by one a few steps further along the alphabet. You practice random substitution ciphers, where the normal alphabet is replaced by one in jumbled order. This is harder to decode, but most people need a written substitution chart to read or write it, and that chart can be lost or stolen. You have unlocked a new outfit! You practice watching people and willing them to feel your gaze on them. Inevitably, they'll be drawn to you. It's a pain in the ass to increase with the penalty, because that impacts every single day. But, you know, my character deserves it, I think. Visitors have arrived to help you prepare for the upcoming festivities. Your family. Good day to you, niece. I hope all is well. Good day to you, niece. I hope all is well. He has a goatee of evil, which he is a deeper voice. He is the second in line to the throne. He's my uncle. That's why he said niece.
Hi, Lodi. Mommy said you have all the best tutors and I should take classes with you.
Great! Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation as queen. Have you done enough to build a stable Nova? 2 weeks! Ah, well, this game was longer. Alright, we don't have a printing press. My leader doesn't have any economic skill. I'm sure we'll be fine. Completely stable. The first of your soon-to-be regular voyages has now set out with Celine on board. She appears to have some special affinity with seawater, which makes her the best choice to guide a vessel while it hunts for the elusive beast. After all, you have to find it before you can enchant it. It is traditional for the palace to provide entertainment and refreshment for the common people when a new monarch is crowned. It is a rare opportunity for the poor of the land to dine like nobles. The size and scope of any such feast depends on what expense the royal treasury is willing to bear.
Extravagant feast. I am the wizard queen.
Roasted meats, cakes, chocolates, wine, enough for everyone, and I can give out commemorative cups and coins.
Yes! Commemorative cups and coins!
Let's keep it. Let's take a look at the money now.
We're fine.
Let's keep going. If there's only going to be 2 weeks, we can polish this off. Yeah! Alright. Well, intrigue. Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds fine. That sounds like it would fit the willful. But the presents. Yeah, presents. Let's do it. Especially since we have no penalty. We'll just double stack that. We'll cap at 100. We'll be good to go, man. You imagine things that you want to happen in the near future, and then convince yourself and others that those things will happen. You organize a group of castle staff and coach them through carrying out a complicated multi-stage task. You have nothing more to learn about presents. The castle is buzzing with preparations for your upcoming coronation. Ministers press you with details for your favorite colors and flowers and so on. You really can't see the point of wasting time worrying about decorations when there's so much else to worry about. Week 38, failed decoration check. Think that failed means... Is that like my first or my second failed decoration check? My second. Oh no, everyone. I failed my decoration. Others are more interested in the subject of your marriage. Whomever you decide to marry will be elevated to the highest ranks of the nobility, which could mean a major shift in the balance of power. Therefore, everyone is talking about the top candidates, even though you're under no obligation to marry so young. Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, is one option. Certainly he expressed interest in marrying you earlier. Your union would bring stronger ties to the domain of Talassy and improve the situation along the Elat border.
Then there's Banyan, the Duke of Marie, a powerful and eligible noble, only about 10 years older than you.
There's Lenley from Kigal, whom you dance with at the gala. He's only 2 years older than you, and a nice fellow. He's not the official heir to Kigal. His father has so far refused to name one, waiting to see which of his children is most talented and dedicated to the duchy. But whether he inherits it or not, he will at least have strong ties to that region. There's little Adair, the eventual Duke of Aloth, although he's at 12, he's only a child. At least he's almost old enough to understand the concept of romance. Some people think you ought to marry Gwenelle's half-brother, Anciette, who hasn't even turned 9 yet. There are 2 or 3 minor earls around the age of 20 who might be passable alternatives, and of course you could decide to ignore noble traditions entirely and marry a commoner, if you were prepared to deal with the uproar. While you will need to marry eventually, you are still very young. You could put this decision off until later. However, a clear succession contributes to the stability of your domain. Are you leaning towards any option?
Oh, clearly this is a romance! Romance a plot! No. The Wizard Queen needs no one.
You are in no hurry to get married. You have a country to run. Well, we are super willful. I've counted money enough. Let's go ahead and be happy. And it is a little bit lonely at the top. Walk in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens on your shoulders. Put it away. Put it away. Is that what you done? Alright, well. We got our cat suit. Good job. And, oh no. I don't need to have composure, I'm the fucking Wizard Queen. Let's get some more intrigue going, just without the monocle, please. Might as well, right? Internal affairs... and foreign intelligence. I mean, I'm super fucking willful, and I need to know more if I'm going to lead these people into a golden age. Economics, that's not important. That's what I have advisors for. Secrets, though. Oh, not the secrets in history. History ended up falling by the wayside. I'll write my own things. I'll be a bit more familiar with that. Yep, I'm good with that. The Duke of Marie has paid suit to the Duchess of Ursul to no avail. The Duchess's brother is opposed, as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Ursul is actually more interested in the Duchess of Helles. Neither has ever been linked to a man. Countess Lika of Dis married the old Duke of Sudbury, who was more than twice her age, then divorced him as soon as she'd borne him an heir in order to marry another. It was considered shockingly rude by the general nobility, but the old Duke apparently had no objection. Since their recent revolution, the Tombulans have twice begun gathering troops on the Novan border. Both times, their camps were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. Pirates are once again operating out of Orcus. Although they are currently sticking to the northern seas and no threat to Nova. However, they turn to slave raids, the Borealans may be quite vulnerable. At this time last year, you were celebrating your 14th birthday. You were in the school gardens, surrounded by your friends. A teacher brought you tea and cakes, while a wealthy merchant's son wove a crown of flowers for your head. It didn't matter so much that you were a princess then. Your title was something for the future. Many of your peers would be duchesses or earls or the like, someday, but not then. You were children. Your parents could not attend on the actual day, but they did send wonderful gifts, some for you and some for you to share. And a week later they came for a visit, and your mother took you with her through the countryside in a splendid carriage. It was the last time you would ever see her. You wonder if, wherever she is, she can see you now. You are 15 years old, a legal adult. You have worked and studied and suffered and prepared, and now the time has come. You kneel before the priestess, barely hearing her words as she recites the blessings. She calls upon the gods to deliver peace, wisdom, and prosperity to you, and through you, to all of Nova, and then she calls upon you for your oath of rulership. Will you guide and govern and protect your people to the best of your ability, according to law and custom? I will. Will you, to the best of your power, uphold the ideals of love, honor, justice, and mercy? I will. Lords and ladies assembled, I present to you your undoubted queen, who has sworn you her loyalty. You, who have come to give homage, will you do the same? One at a time, the head of each duchy approaches your throne and kneels to swear his or her service to you and your heirs. People of Nova, I give you Elodie, daughter of Fidelia, your true sovereign. What say you all? Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen! Thank you, I will. Once his daughter was secure on her throne, Jocelyn returned to his birthplace to focus on his duties as Duke of Caloris. He was pursued by many women, but showed little interest in remarrying, directing them instead to his brother, the Duke of Mazomba. As Lumen Minister, Lucille requisitioned the orange crystal that Elodie had taken from the dead criminal, and offered it to her daughter. However, Charlotte was not able to activate the crystal's powers. The young queen pointed out that a crazed murderer would obviously have a very different resonance than her favorite cousin. Charlotte would have to wait to inherit her mother's magic. The queen and her trusted Lumen sailed out every week to check on the conditions of the Kraken, and reinforce the seals. It was inevitable that others would discover their secret and blame them for it. After all, the old Novan capital had been rendered uninhabitable by monstrous Lumen experiments. A tentacle beast from the deep was just more of the same. The Novan people were not the only ones to notice the increased naval traffic and the frequent absences of the young Lumen queen. Pirates from Orcus stepped up their raids in the area, hoping to take Elodie hostage and ransom her for a fortune. The queen was forced to engage an even larger naval escort to make her regular trips to the binding site, and the Novan economy struggled under the burden. Elodie eventually married a foreign duke, in order to advance alliances and promote Novan strength. It was not a love match, but the two parties learned to respect and care for each other. They raised 2 children, a son and a daughter. And thus Queen Elodie's legacy stretched into the future. Checkmate. So wielding incredible magic powers could have consequences like awakening a Kraken, everyone. Yeah, we were fine. We got it under control. Stupid pirates. Clearly didn't die. And that's the thing. In a game so notoriously fabled by, you know, the legacy of it is its death that has been repeatedly told to me. And it's bullshit herder events. I didn't encounter any death. Except that which I dealt unto others. And come to think of it, I can't possibly say. Who knows what the few loadings that I did do? Because I only made like a few different choices throughout the entirety of the thing. I have no idea what impact those would have had. Nor do I have an idea of what impact the choices that I didn't make would have had. Sending away Juliana. Not learning magic. Not doing reflexes. Not having enough sense magic to recruit Lucille. That would be an example of where I ended up loading. Like, loaded in part because I was interested in seeing what the tea dress would do. But I could have easily changed outfits, I think, and talked to Lucille anyway. I think that's what the outfits are designed for. other than fan service to help you cover in situations where you encounter events. That way you don't have to load back so far. I wouldn't consider this to be a pure strategy game, because there's so many events in your future that you can't prepare for. Then again, I prepared for quite a bit. I recognized the importance of royal demeanor in conversation from the very beginning of the game, along with reflexes. Didn't end up using archery. Oh well. And magic. I'd sent Juliana away to prison, but, you know, I thought more about the whole Wizard Queen aspect, and, you know, she ended up killing me. Figured, what the hell, right? And there definitely seems like there could have been plenty of opportunities to die. Plenty of opportunities. Let's go ahead and take a look at the log, I guess. Oh. Yeah, so it did. That is certainly a log. Alright. You guys get to see that crazy fucking Rinpy thing. Yep, you started a browser. Alright there. Treatise of the sweet land. Alright. Deaths. Have we taken an arrow to the gut? Let our blood run dry? Choked on magical chains. Aha, that is a possible death confirmed. Drowned at sea? No, that seems reasonable. Cracked your skull, had your life drained, fallen victim to monsters, been blasted by magic. I imagine if I were not good enough to wield the magic, blown yourself up might have been that as well. Been poisoned, or gotten too close to a sword. And achievements. We have been crowned queen without dying at least once. We were transformed into a lumen. We found a spare lumen crystal. I can click on these. Cool. I don't know why that's so cool. Found a spare lumen crystal. We've been challenged to a duel. We hired a lumen minister. We forced someone else to get married. That was Banyan's sister, I think? We sunk a fleet with magic. We apparently didn't encounter a tentacle monster. I guess the Kraken doesn't count. So many other things, and I didn't even bother to read them. Epilogues. Huh? The images we've seen. And perhaps I could see more of those images by choosing to marry all of those wonderfully outstanding bachelors. Well, this was quite a treat to play. So much so that I'm not done with the game yet. After all, Axion does have a total of 7 hours on his request, and I'm sure you folks would like to see at least one death out of me, right? We'll have to, I'm pretty excited to play this game again, but I'll let it marinate in my consciousness for maybe a week, maybe 2. I might not even tackle it until the new year. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very pleased with this playthrough. I think the game's very enjoyable. There's so many of the mechanics that I don't know as of now. I'm looking forward to YouTube telling me all about the hidden game mechanics so that I can be less excited about playing the game. Because I know YouTube will do that. What if I forbid comments on everything? No. Nah. And of course I have to read them, because I have to moderate them. What? Alright. We had some bonus stuff here. Then we have the... Oops. Sorry. The coronation. Yeah. And then... bonus, delicate danger. Of the pride from every mountainside, let tone death ring. See you later, folks.